Proverbs chapter 4. Acquire wisdom. Listen, my children, to a father's instruction. Pay attention and gain understanding. What I am offering to you is sound advice. Do not forsake my teaching. When I was a young boy in my father's house, tender in years and my mother's only child, he taught me and said, "Let your heart hold fast to my words. Follow my instructions, and you will live. Acquire wisdom and gain understanding. Never forget to turn aside from my words. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is acquire wisdom, and no matter what the cost, acquire understanding. Extol wisdom, and she will exalt you. If you embrace her, she will honor you. She will place on your head a lovely garland and bestow on you a crown of beauty. Listen, my son, and take my words to heart, and the years of your life will be multiplied. I have instructed you in the ways of wisdom and led you along the paths of righteousness. When you walk, your steps will be unimpeded, and when you run, you will not stumble. Hold fast to instruction and never let her go. Guard her carefully, for she is your life. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked, or walk on the road that evil doers follow. Avoid it. Do not go by it. Turn aside from it and go on your way. For they cannot rest until they have first done wrong. They cannot sleep unless they have made someone stumble. The bread of wickedness is their food, and the wine of violence is their drink. The path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which increases in brightness to the fullness of day. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness, and they cannot even see what they have stumbled over. My son, concentrate attentively on my words. Pay heed to the instructions I pass on to you. Do not let them slip from your mind. Keep them forever in your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and provide health to their entire being. Guard your heart with all possible vigilance, for from it flow the well springs of life. Turn away from the mouth that deceives, and keep your distance from lips that mislead. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze on what lies before you. Ensure that the path you tread is level, and then your ways will be sure. Do not swerve either to the right or to the left. Keep your foot far from evil. Proverbs chapter 5. Keep far away from an adulteress. My son, pay close attention to my wisdom, and listen carefully to my discernment, so that you may always act prudently, and your lips may safeguard knowledge. The lips of an adulteress drip with honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end she is as bitter as wormwood, and as sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead directly to the netherworld. Far from following the path of life, she unknowingly wanders off in different directions. So now, my son, listen to me, and do not stray from the advice that I offer. Keep far away from her, and do not go anywhere near the door of her house, lest you turn over your life to others, and your years to one without mercy, lest strangers grow prosperous on your wealth, and your arduous toils enrich another man's house. Then, at the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and your body are consumed. You will say, "Why did I despise discipline and allow my heart to spurn correction? Why did I fail to heed the voice of my teachers and refuse to listen to my instructors? Now I am at the brink of utter ruin, in the midst of the public assembly. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. Drink the water from your own cistern, fresh water from your own well. Do not allow your springs to overflow, gushing forth water into the streets. Let them be for you alone, and not be shared by strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely deer, a graceful fawn. Let her attraction fill you with delight, and ever hold you captive. Why then be seduced by another man's wife, my son, and succumb to the embraces of an adulteress? For each man's ways are observed by the Lord, and he examines each man's path. The wicked man will be ensnared by his own iniquities, and held fast in the bonds of his sins. He will perish for lack of discipline, commended by his own excessive folly. Proverbs chapter 6. Do not take on impossible tasks. My son, if you have guaranteed the debt of your neighbor, or the bond of a stranger, you have been trapped by the utterance of your lips, ensnared by the words of your mouth. To extricate yourself from this situation, this is what you must do, my son. Since you have fallen into his power, go directly to your neighbor and plead with him. Give your eyes no sleep, your eyelids no slumber. Break free like a gazelle from a trap, or like a bird from the grasp of a fowler. Contemplate the ant, you sluggard. Observe its ways and gain wisdom. Even though it has no chief, no governor or ruler, it stores its provisions throughout the summer and gathers its food at the time of harvest. How long do you intend to live here, you sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and poverty will overtake you like a robber, and scarcity like an armed man. Portrayal of a scoundrel. A scoundrel, a villainous man, is he who specializes in crooked talk. He winks with his eyes, gives signals with his feet, and makes gestures with his fingers. His perverted heart is ever bent towards devising evil, as he constantly sows discord. Therefore, disaster will strike him suddenly. In an instant, he will be crushed beyond recovery. 6 things that the Lord hates. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abhorrent to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deceives wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who spews out lies, and one who sows dissension among brothers. The wiles of a seductress. Observe your father's command, my son, and do not reject your mother's teaching. Bind them forever in your heart, tie them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. When you awaken, they will instruct you. For his command is a lamp, his teaching is a light, and the corrections of discipline point the way of life. To preserve you from an immoral woman, from the seductive tongue of an adulteress. Do not lust after her beauty in your heart, or allow her to entice you with her eyes. For if a prostitute seeks a loaf of bread, the adulteress endangers your very life. Can a man kindle a fire in his bosom without burning his clothes? Or can a man walk on red-hot coals without scorching his feet? So it is with the man who consorts with his neighbor's wife. No one who touches her will escape punishment. People attach little blame to the thief if he steals only to satisfy his hunger. However, once caught, he must pay back 7-fold and hand over all his household possessions. But the one who commits adultery lacks sense. Only someone who wants to destroy himself does so. He will get nothing but beatings and contempt, and his disgrace will never be wiped away. For jealousy inflames a husband's anger, and he will be merciless in taking revenge. He will not consider any compensation, and he will reject even the most lavish gifts.